I told him that.
Just giving you guys a sneak preview of what Tyson Fury leaked out to us, what he was doing. As you can clearly see, he was in there with a shorter fighter. Now, one thing that stuck out as me was defense. Okay. And the defense side of Tyson Fury is he's working on the shoulder roll, okay, the Philly shell. And if you ask anyone, including Mayweather, those are probably the best defense for body punches. Because I know it has got back to Tyson Fury, or he figures out himself that Anthony Joshua plans to work that body. Okay, he's not going to do what most fighters do or done. You know, like Wilder. Wilder's a headhunter. He doesn't really go to the body at all. He aims for that head. He aims right for your computer, right? But Joshua, I think he's going to take a more systematic approach. That's why I think that Tyson Fury is blocking the way he's blocking to his body. If you notice, he's not really worried about headshots. Look at that. He's not really worried about headshots. He's worried all about his body, protecting his body and turning, as you can see him turning away from that opponent, okay? So that makes your body less of a target when you turn, okay? So when you do the Philly shell and you turn with it, okay, with the shoulder roll technique, you're making your body less of a target. Okay, so it's almost damn near impossible to just target your body because, for one, your arms are crossing over your midsection. Okay, now you can still get caught, right, where in the upper liver area, right? That can always be a possibility, but you just kind of move it back, you know, for that. And he's going to need that against Anthony Joshua, but I'm glad to see him do that. I'm glad to show people subliminally what Tyson Fury's working on. Yeah, it could be a short fighter. That means a shorter range. That means, the way that shorter fighter will be attacking is different. But I think he just needed the shorter fighter just so he can defend the body, because he knows Anthony Joshua will be working on the body. So it's good to show that he is a defensive guru, because a lot of people thought, and it shows and it proves, that Tyson Fury will not go in there and do the same thing he did with Wilder. That's not going to happen, okay? Wilder is a guy that he knew, hey, I get past the right hand, it's pretty much open season after that. The defensive holes and flaws are there for Wilder. Okay, though he's there to hit. So for him to just run in and attack like you've seen him do Wilder, that's not going to happen. And he's showing you this. He's showing you like, hey, he's respecting the possibilities and the things that Anthony Joshua is capable of doing and will, in fact, attempt to do in their fight. Okay, so like when you see Tyson Fury move, bob, weave, cut off the ring, right? Take a walk around the block. That's what he's doing. He's doing that for defense. Okay, you remember what Mike Tyson said? Mike Tyson said, hey, he will be too elusive. He won't be able to hit me. I think Tyson Fury's trying to live up to that. I think Tyson Fury is trying to live up to the reputation that he has. Like, hey, I am good defensively. I have the heavyweight Mayweather defense, right? And he's using that, and he wants to practice that so he can live up to that reputation. Okay, so, I think that's a given. And on top of that, Tyson Fury's already said that, hey, I will make the stakes high. If the kid lands anything but a jab on me, he gets a bonus for each time he does it. So you already know that Tyson Fury has to be ready and prepared for this fight, making those type of standards and promises. Okay, so I think that Tyson Fury, he does look good. I couldn't see that body, though, okay? I really couldn't see that body to make a distinct factor of what he looks like. Because, the picture we saw last week versus this picture here, it's hard to decipher. Is that Was that accurate? A lot of people are saying it's photoshopped. You guys heard that before. So, but as far as we know, he looks good. He looks good. He looks in pretty good shape. And because he has that other let's see. Yeah, he looks a little bigger though in this, honestly, but you really can't make out his size. But Tyson Fury's a big guy anyway. He's 6'9". What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? But he is definitely making sure that he's protecting that body. He's making sure he's creating space. Yeah, he's jabbing. Okay, so he's working on his body assault too. Maybe he saw some of that Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua 1, right? Because there were times where Andy Ruiz was able to hurt Anthony Joshua to the body. So I think look, it's strategy time, people. It's technique time. And again, I think this was leaked just a bit, just to show people like, hey, I'm working on that body. I'm working on defending that body. I'm working on everything as well as defense. And I'm working on offense because he's also working the body. Yes, he's a shorter fighter, kind of like the Otto Vilene height, maybe. Matter of fact, he's a little shorter than those guys. So this guy might be 6'2". I think that's Tommy. I think that's his brother, I want to say. But he's definitely a lot taller than that guy, but he's showing you what he can do. He's showing the Mayweather shell. He's showing you that. He's showing you different, because you see it's 3 different types of combos and techniques that he's working on. Okay, so again, it looks great for the sport of boxing. It just shows you that Tyson Fury's not sitting around drinking 10 pints of lager like he said. He's not, oh yeah, I haven't been training and I look like a blob. He's not doing all that. He's showing people what he's doing. And I think a lot of times people took for, hey, out of sight, out of mind. So as long as you don't see Tyson Fury training, you're going to think that he's not. And that's easy to do. That's a very, very, very easy thing to do, to assume a fighter is not fighting because you don't hear anything from him from the social media. But of course, he was giving that up for Lent, for a cleanse. Okay, just to give it up, because it can be a distraction at the end of the day. However, I think this particular fight, the way it's going, these guys are training very hard for each other in their own unique way. You guys tell me what you think of Tyson Fury improving the defense to the body. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.